is up, you guys? John Brecko, Johnny Sharp here. We'll see if people tune in at this time on Sunday at 8 p.m. I don't know if anybody's actually going to tune in. A lot of times when I do my show at Hamilton Radio, not as many people have been tuning in for that as when I do live streams myself through here. But that's also normally at a different time, and this is a little bit later. So, we're going to see if people start to pile in. If they do, great. If not, this live stream might be a little bit shorter. I want to make sure that I keep coming if everybody else keeps on coming with me. That way, we can all grow together. Okay, the first person just piled in. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, whoever you are. This is probably a good time to say it. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. We are getting close to 21,000 subscribers. We are less than 100 away. I'm hoping we can get there by the time myself and Darren Silver go on the air on Thursday. But appreciate you joining, Darren. Shout out to you. Shout out to Lee Jean, who has joined us as well. And help us, guys, get to 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And 100,000 eventually by the end of 2026. That's where my goals are. That's where they lie for this channel, at least subscriber wise. So, once again, thank you guys for every like, comment, share, and subscription. We truly, truly appreciate the help. Okay, a couple more people are starting to pile in. So, I have something that is wrestling related that I actually want to discuss, and I want to get some opinions on it. And basically, my opinions are that do we actually, this is more of a question, do we have too many double champions in professional wrestling? The most recent example actually came on SmackDown as of this past Friday night. Chelsea Green faced off against Julia for the United States Championship, and Julia really hasn't done anything in her feud, which made this kind of a welcome change, or in her reign, I should say. And Chelsea Green won. Chelsea Green cheated to win, put her foot on the ropes, and that's it. She has once again become the Women's United States Champion, the first ever two-time Women's United States Champion, by the way, which is a great accomplishment for Chelsea, obviously. Shout out to Stinky P. Appreciate you coming in the chat. Appreciate you showing your support, leaving comments. Make sure you guys share your opinions. Jacob, who do you think is going to face LA Knight next Friday? That is a tough one. I've heard people say Nick Aldis. I want to say Drew McIntyre, but that actually wouldn't make any sense considering he just got suspended. So it really wouldn't make a lot of sense. And as much as I want it, stories do have to make sense, or we're going to be like, what the fuck is this shit? And that would kind of ruin it for a lot of people. So, as much as I selfishly want that, it probably is not a good idea in this context. I think not enough. I love seeing double champions. So, I'm going to get to my opinions on it in a little bit, but that's one for not enough, and he wants to see even more of it. Ricky Starks versus LA Knight, baby! Yo, I am so down for that, but he's NXT champion right now, so I don't think that's actually going to happen. It would be a welcome surprise to see Ricky Starks versus LA Knight, but I just don't see that actually happening. I think Chris Jericho or Joe Hendry and Edge. He's going to face them both at the same time. They're just going to handicap their way through the entire tournament. Joe Hendry and Edge together. Oh, man. John Cena's going to have it rough for his retirement match, I'm telling you. I think those first two could definitely be possible. I think, enough buzz has been created about Chris Jericho returning to WWE that I'm kind of willing to entertain it. And I do think that would be kind of cool to see Chris Jericho against LA Knight. Just saying it out loud, I never thought I would see the day because personally, I thought Chris Jericho was going to end up staying in AEW until he retired. Things got pretty bad at AEW for Chris Jericho for a bit. People chanting, please retire, which is kind of funny that there was all those allegations about him. People were chanting at him. People were booing Chris Jericho. Now we want him to come back to WWE like nothing happened. I just want to make sure we throw that out there, just so y'all know. Ever play Super Nintendo? I probably have. I am a big fan of Smash Bros. I haven't played it in years, but I used to play that all the time in college. We had a little bit of a game room when I was going to school up in Jersey City. And, bro, I used to have so much fun playing Smash Bros. Naruto was a big game back when I was in school. There were a couple other ones, but those were the two big ones because that's where you could kind of do like battle royales and 1v1s, which made those kind of fun. What's up, Johnny? What's up, bro? What's up? Cross me out. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you always supporting, brother. Good to see you. If it was Joe Hendry, that's why Nick didn't say the name. That's fair. That goes with the gimmick. I don't think I don't think Nick Aldis wants to be interrupted in his segment. I think he just wanted to draw names and let it be a fun time. But let me ask you this before I keep reading more comments. Do you actually think that if Joe Hendry does go one-on-one with LA Knight, that he will go all the way and end up facing John Cena in his retirement match? If that's the case, then I genuinely hope so, because I talked about in a previous video where not Joe Hendry, John Cena, I would love to see for his retirement match put over a younger star and help cement him in WWE. I don't think that's been done with enough people in WWE over the years, and I think over the past few years with Triple H being in charge, I think that is, or he is trying to rectify that. I've seen it with Braun Breaker. We've seen it with Rhea Ripley. We have seen it with Logan Paul, even though a lot of us probably don't like Logan Paul. We've seen it with Bronson Reed to a lesser degree because Bronson Reed is a little bit older, but that is still a fresh face, which does keep things fresh storyline wise. Bud finna pull off a Goldberg by asking to challenge him for the final match. Oh my God, can you imagine? And then John Cena is gonna bitch about his retirement match after it. It's gonna be so out of character. It's gonna be a heel turn in real life. I can absolutely see it happening. 1000%. I meant to put or after Joe Hendry. No, I understand. I understand what you meant, bro. I was fucking with you. Shout out to the GOAT. We've got Tom Brady in the chat. Watch this shit go viral just because I said some bullshit and lies. What's up, bro? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you guys all coming into the chat. We've got 11 people watching right now. A take that I can agree with. I've been reading down comments, so I'm not sure what take Darren is talking about, but I've said a few of those. Shout out to Cluck like a duck. Wait, no, a chicken. That name, sir, is a fucking mouthful. I don't care how accurate your statement might be. I'm a little bit more of a fat Shaggy. I feel like I'm what Shaggy is supposed to look like since Shaggy gets the munchies a lot. Although it doesn't fit as well as you'd think because I do have a bit of an hourglass body like Shakira, except my hips are lying to people, and we have 3 cats at home. So it's not 100% accurate, but I could see where we're going with, and I'm not mad at that actually. Cross me out. I'm going with Gunther. I would love an LA Knight versus Gunther match. I am so down for that. I think with the time we have left, there are other people that I would like to see John Cena go up against instead of Gunther. I would have loved John Cena versus Gunther if maybe we got this in the beginning. I remember when John Cena was just starting his retirement tour in 2025, when he came out and addressed what would basically happen, declaring for the Royal Rumble in 2025. We were rumored to get John Cena versus Gunther. That obviously didn't happen. Maybe they were thinking about it. Maybe plans changed. I'm not sure. I would have loved to see it earlier on in the year, but I think at this point there are other things that I would rather see. Injury is one of those. Braun Breaker is another. As I've said, I don't think I need to go through everybody's name again. So let's see what we've got next. Did you hear that Kane Loy is injured? I'm not sure who that is. If that's a wrestler, tell me where he's from, and I'll tell you if I follow it. I follow mostly WWE right now because that is what gets the views for my channel, and I think I do have a little bit of a right to go after what's grabbing the most attention. But let me know where he's from. But shout out to you, Assad. Appreciate you coming into the chat, showing your support. Thank you guys again so much. Who's our guest Thursday? I need to do my recon on how I bring my energy. I do know we have somebody. Let me get back to you on who, though, because I have a lot of thoughts going through my head, and I'm not 100% sure at the moment, but I do know we have somebody. I just need to get back to you on who. Shout out to Forest VR. Appreciate you tuning in to the chat as well. Imagine John Cena brings back Juan Cena. If he's going to do that, he should absolutely do that after his retirement, and maybe we can even create a Cena Dust character. I think that would be fucking genius, and I think WWE may want to get on that right now. I am trying to see Cena Dust at some point in the WWE. I don't care when we do it, I don't care how it happens. Make Cena Dust a thing yesterday. I want it in my life. Shout out to Grafton Luke. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you coming into the chat. Can you say happy birthday to my friend Dixon Mays? Yo, happy birthday! Hope you're celebrating. Hope you're having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Shout out to you, chefing up with D Rock, and shout out to Dixon Mays. Happy birthday. Hope you're having fun on your birthday, whatever birthday that is. I have a birthday coming up in a couple months, actually. I'm turning 31. And I know it's going to go downhill for me eventually, and you made me think about that. But I hope you guys are having a good time. But Forest VR, Tom Brady is in the chat. The GOAT was in the chat earlier. I just put a name to a GOAT that people know about, so that's what I decided to go with. But yeah, that shit is crazy. Where's Scooby at? We don't actually have dogs in our house, so we have 3 cats, as we talked about earlier. So Scooby is not over here, but one of them, our 6-pound kitten, I'm pretty sure thinks he's Scrappy Doo, because he's always trying to fight somebody. So that's probably the closest we're gonna get. Cross me out. Where it was Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena. John Cena defeats Mysterio to win the title, vacates it, and becomes a Grand Slam champion upon his retirement. I love this idea. I feel like I've said it in a past video as well, but I am 1000% down for that. And to be honest, the only way that I want John Cena to win his retirement match is if he goes up against Dominic Mysterio, because we're only going to have one more chance to get that and to do that for John Cena. Why not do it on his retirement? I think that would be a great way for John Cena to go out. I don't know if he'll go out on his back or not, but this is the only way that I would not want John Cena to go out on his back. Just throwing that out there. Tommy Dreamer. I told you my Dreamer interaction, right? I don't think you did tell me about your Tommy Dreamer interaction, although I would love to see you put it in the chat because I am scrolling down and I don't know how long this live stream is going to be with me scrolling down. So go ahead, feel free to type it in whenever you want. Forest VR, what if Edge becomes John Cena's last opponent? I highly doubt that is going to happen. I would be so down for it if there was a way to make it happen, but I don't see it. I would be shocked to my fucking core if it did. I'm not saying I don't want it. I'm saying I'm just very doubtful, and I'm not going to get my hopes up for that. Although I didn't get my hopes up for a John Cena heel turn in February, and despite what anybody thinks about what came after, look what the fuck I got at Elimination Chamber. So I'm not too mad at it. Error the editor, shout out to you coming on. Appreciate you joining the live stream. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Just a reminder, since we're 15 minutes in, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Help us get to 21,000 subscribers, 25 by the end of the year, 100 by the end of 2026. We appreciate you guys. Forest VR, I don't know why you're saying hi. You've asked like 5 questions in the group chat, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when I've been having conversations with you, my guy. I'm a little bit confused on that. Yeah, happy birthday, Dixon! Turn up! Forest VR, it feels so empty without Carlito. Honestly, bro, I feel like Carlito getting released was kind of overshadowed by R-Truth. To me, it feels a little bit more empty without Karrion Kross because I don't think we ever actually ended up getting Karrion Kross to come back. I know there was a couple people hashtagging we want Cross trying to make it happen, but I just don't think there was enough support to actually make it happen for him, which sucks because I don't want to see anybody lose their job. I don't want to see anybody lose their livelihood. But people make cuts, business is business, and at the end of the day, it seems like Cross is doing a lot of shows, a lot of signings, and it seems like he's doing all right. So I can't be too upset. At the end of the day, as long as everybody that is there and isn't able to be there ends up being okay, as long as the best ends up happening for them, I'm good at the end of the day. Shout out to Naftali. I be dominating the streets, bro. I'm sure you're not. But shout out to you for supporting just like everybody else. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Nella, hello from Israel. Shout out to Israel, man. That's a new one. I haven't seen somebody from Israel tune in here yet. If you are from a different country or even different state and city, I'm in America, feel free to shout out where you live. I love it when people shout out their countries, and I will absolutely shout you guys out. I've already done it for birthdays, and we've done it for another country in this chat as well. So you gotta love it. Do you think Nick Aldis pulled Joe Hendry's name on SmackDown? I think that's a very big possibility. I've already said selfishly that I want it to be Drew McIntyre, but at the end of the day, it does have to make sense with the storyline, just to answer your question. I'll send you the video later and we can talk about it on the show. I am 1000% down for that. Again, I do have to look at who our guest is to see if that makes a lot of sense, but yeah, we'll definitely at least, see if we could do that. Shalom, shalom, Nella. Darren's also Jewish, so shout out to my Jewish people on the chat as well. I do backyard wrestling with my black friends. Why does it only have to be just that? I'm a little confused on why. Do you ever wrestle gay demons in your mind? I mean, it depends on how much Has Been Hotel I watched that day, to be honest. Which, if you're a fan of Has Been Hotel, shout out to you. That is an absolutely fantastic show. They're in season 2 right now. You guys should absolutely watch it. A good old American soil. Yes, sir. Shout out. America, fuck yeah. I put up a strongman clip because I know people ask for that sometimes. I did some sandbag squats, and my quads were burning like a hot dog on the 4th of July. That is the most America that I've probably felt today, just so everybody knows. Who is your favorite WWE wrestler? My favorite is Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I feel like I resonate with that one with the most. As a kid, it was CM Punk. Now I feel like looking back, knowing a little bit more history, watching past matches before I was a fan, I feel like I resonate a little bit more with Stone Cold Steve Austin as a grown ass man. And plus, I love clanking beers together like I'm Stone Cold, so that's always fun. Thank you for tuning in, Mackenzie. Shout out to you. We appreciate you being here with us. Jews in the house. No, anybody can come in live and watch with us, just so everybody knows. I love him too. Feel free to let me know your favorite WWE wrestler as well. Not just Mackenzie, but everybody else in the chat. Of course, Mackenzie too, but just in general. There are hotel packages that comes with WrestleMania 42 tickets, SmackDown tickets, and Monday Night Raw tickets for $9,515 per person. You've got me thinking about Dragon Ball Z and how it's over 9,000. Fuck that. I got bills. I got a mortgage and 2 car payments, and I've done some shit that I'm not going to discuss on a live, so my car insurance is through the roof. I got shit to pay that will keep me from having that much. Fuck all that. Um, but anyways, we got way off track. We're 20 minutes in. I'm not complaining about it because you guys gave me a lot to talk about. Again, I'm very, very appreciative of it. Add a Q&A sticker, a feel-good move that you always recommend. I'm just reading what it's suggesting me. Sorry about that. I swear, if WWE pulls a 6'7" canvas on the ring, I will stop watching WWE. Dude, I don't want that mentioned one bit. Like, absolutely not. I refuse to say that meme. People have already asked me to do that. I am not interested at all. Did you get caught drunk driving? I'm not going to explain the story, but yes. Guru Augie, I like Lola Vice. Hubba Hubba. Hello, nurse. I'm not mad at that at all. Mackenzie, hi. Shout out to you. Thank you for letting me share who my favorite wrestler is. Kevin Owen. Not Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owen. Yo, how crazy would it be if Kevin Owens did pop in here right now? I feel like Joe Hendry should because we've said his name a lot, and I feel like this is false advertisement. But shout out to you, sir. Thank you for tuning into the show, saying hi. We appreciate you being here with us. Hope you're having a good time. Cross me out. Don't you ever wish you got caught with the devil's kiss? I personally do. I just want to be facing the other way. Like, I want to face the opposite way of how people normally face. And if I get whiplash from that, I will be very happy with that. But you asked me my opinion, so I'm giving it to you. I'm on my grandpa's account, but my name is Gordon. Bro, Gordon sounds like your grandfather. I feel like Kevin Owens' grandfather's name is Gordon's Owens. Why is this shit so far in reverse? Like, I could reverse out of my driveway right now, and it still wouldn't be as ass backwards as somebody from this generation being named Gordon and somebody's grandfather being named Kevin. What kind of bullshit is this? I respect your honesty, but judge your actions. That's fair. A lot of people probably have. Forest VR. What were you for Halloween? I was Kane. I was fucking working. I got 2 jobs, and I had a couple of lessons that I had to do that day. So, unfortunately, I did not dress up for Halloween. I know, I'm sorry. I was very boring on Halloween night, but I'm just telling you the truth. Ooh, Ujwal official. I butchered the fuck out of that. But hey, sir, shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing support. We appreciate you being here with us. Take a while to guess who my favorite wrestler is. It couldn't possibly be Kevin Owens. There's just no fucking way that it's Kevin Owens. I love how he said it starts with the T. Ah! I didn't read your next comment, sir. Is this a devil's kiss a position in the bathroom? I mean, I'm sure it could be. But I'm assuming your favorite wrestler is The Rock now that you gave me that hint. No, the Devil's Kiss is a signature move of Stephanie Vicaire, but it's my dream to take it. And a lot of other people's, to be fair. Um, but anyways, we were talking about double champions before we got sidetracked for about 20 minutes, and you guys gave me a lot of shit to talk about, which, first of all, thank you for. Second of all, my opinion on double champions, and I'll keep this short because we've already been here pretty long. This is probably the longest live stream from here that I've ever done. My opinion is that if they're doing something for a wrestler, if they're giving them a push with a rocket ship strapped to their back, or if this is like a Mercedes Monet situation where she's putting a lot of small promotions on the map, which is why she's collecting so many belts. I am absolutely down for that. Like, I feel like Chelsea Green being a double champion, being United States champion and mixed tag team champion with Ethan Page, I feel like it's doing a lot for them. And I do feel the same way with Ethan Page holding a championship in NXT and AAA as well. I feel like if we were to see a double champion on the main roster, I wouldn't be as gung ho about it. It was kind of cool when Lyra Valkyria did it, but that was only for a night. So I feel like it made a lot of sense for her double championship reign to be very short. And I feel like with these two getting pushed to the moon, being seen in different places, that it helps them out a lot. And if Mercedes Monet can also help other promotions get a little bit more of her star power, it rubs off on them, then why the fuck not do that for somebody else and help lift pro wrestling up in general? If that's the case, then I'm all for seeing as many double champions as possible. However, if Lyra Valkyria were to hold the Intercontinental and Tag Team Championships for a year, I don't think that would make a whole lot of sense. I feel like if Seth Rollins, when he was double champion with the WWE and United States title, to defend those in two different matches for a bunch of pay per views straight, why would we want to see that? Why would we want to see Seth Rollins in every single championship angle? I don't feel like that really would do a lot for the mid card and upper card. I feel like it wouldn't do a lot for the stars that are on those particular matches or pay-per-views. So I feel like if we're doing something that's helping pro wrestling and or helping the superstar that has two championships, then I'm absolutely fine with it. But otherwise, no. But I gave you a lot of examples that I do think is helping people. So right now, I'm okay with it. And my opinion can change, and I think that's fine. But at the same time, we'll see where this goes. So I'm going to address the rest of the comments that have come up here, and then I'm going to end the live stream from there. So let's talk about what you guys have written. You want to talk about multiple champions. We're going to talk about Mercedes Monet really quick. I think she had like 13 belts around her waist. God damn. That's why I brought Mercedes Monet up before I even read your comment, because Mercedes Monet is as relevant to this conversation as anybody. And feel free to share your opinions on it. But a lot of the belts that she does have are from smaller promotions that some of them I didn't even know about beforehand. So, and I actually had to be put on by another wrestling content creator about that. So I was happy for that, and it gave me a different perspective on it. But, that's why I brought her up, because she's 100% as relevant to this conversation as you're saying. So Kevin Owens, not Kevin Owens singular with an apostrophe. His favorite wrestler is The Undertaker. I'm not mad at that. The Undertaker, in my opinion, is the GOAT. Just me personally. Again, my favorite is Stone Cold Steve Austin, but that doesn't make him the GOAT. The Undertaker is the GOAT to me. So, shout out for that pick. Thank you for sharing that, sir. I appreciate it. My second one is Rey Mysterio. They are very different wrestlers, my friend. And that's a good thing that you can watch different kinds of wrestling. So, shout out to you for having an eclectic taste in favorite wrestlers. Awesome. Is If Jesus is the Son of God, who is the son of Satan? Dr. Phil? I don't even know where you get that from, sir. I'm a little bit confused on why this was even a comment. I only like underground, no rules wrestling. That's where the real action is. You should give us an example of a wrestling promotion like that so I know you're not just a troll. But I thought I'd share that with you. I thought Seth Rollins was the guy in the Pineapple Express. I don't even know who Seth Rollins is. I know who Seth Rollins is, but who is Seth Rollins? Like, coming from you, like, I feel like his name should be Seth Trolling, sir. Just so you know. Um, you told me who your favorite wrestlers were, so I'm not gonna go back into that. Why does the ring have so many advertisements? Um, because it's business. WWE is going to find a way to make as much money for their product as they can. So is TKO. And we may not like how slimy it comes across all the time, but at the same time, business is business, and I can't knock WWE for that. There's a way to present it, and I'm sure over time they'll try to find a little bit more of a digestible way to do it. But with that being said, I can't knock a business for doing what it's supposed to do and that's find ways to make money. So just to answer your question, King Bob, hey yo, King Bob, you subscribe, motherfucker, because you should be. The rest of you should be as well. Cross me out. Gunther is just an unpredictable freak of nature. He can end a match with literally anything, and you would never be able to guess. He could end it with a power bomb. He could end it with a clothesline. I'm sure he could end it with just a chop. He could end it with a sleeper. You're absolutely right, and he's probably done that in the 80% of the time he's been in the company that he has been a champion. So that is a very good point. Makes sense for me to list out four of them. We have got Kevin Owens chucking up the peace sign. I appreciate you staying as long as you did, sir. Thank you so much for staying with us. 100% appreciate the support. King Bob, Forest VR have been subscribed. Make sure you guys tell your friends as well. Hi, shout out to FM. Hi, brother. You talk too much. Isn't that kind of the point? Why the fuck am I just going to be sitting on here as staring into the moonlight? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Honestly, looking at that, I feel like I'd be walking towards the light. So we'll see how long this goes, but hopefully I can run away from the light in time before it comes for me, just so y'all know. You guys know wrestling is scripted, right? Yes, wrestling is scripted. There are storylines involved, but I'm sure you have TV shows that you watch which are scripted as well. So, just to harp on that point, we need the fucking original big gold belt back and quit making the logo. That's the only thing that's meant to be seen. So, I do agree with that opinion. I think you're talking about the World Heavyweight Championship, and I do think that's the best iteration of the World Heavyweight Championship. Personally, my favorite one of the WWE Championship is the Winged Eagle, but we'll see if that ever comes back. Bro, where are you from? I'm from New Jersey. That's as specific as I'm getting. Why do you act like they are actual champions? Well, in their promotions, they are actual champions, and they're not just going to give the belt to just anybody. An Intercontinental or United States Championship isn't going to be something that you can just walk in there and earn. You have to earn that through great character work and crowd recognition so they can push you to have that championship. So they are championships in their own respective right. So you have to have an understanding of wrestling to understand that. And I'm not sure that you have that, with all due respect. Subscribe and like the live. 12 of you have, and I appreciate every single person that has done it. Kevin Owen, exactly. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but thank you, my man. LG Gaming, I love your content. Keep it up. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody else supporting, especially LG Gaming. I will keep it up as long as you keep it up with me. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you. Is Rocky a real champion in the film? He is, but not in real life. Rocky is one of the classic films, even 50 years later. And Sylvester Stallone has been recognized for his greatness as an actor. So I can recognize somebody's greatness for being in the ring as well. So let's just throw that out there. Do you think films are real? That's not the point of what I just said. You could put something on a page that can get remade 6 times, that can have a spin-off series with 3 different movies in Creed, then I think he's leaving a legacy in and of itself, whether what content he's making is real or not. Bro, I think you're a gym freak person. Thank you so much. That's why I try to post that stuff up. But that means a lot to me. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Shout out to UFM. I hope you're in there working out as well. Health is wealth. Cross me out. Am I the only one that has a weird obsession with classic ECW championship, not the bland ass ECW? I mean, everybody hated WWE ECW. I can't think of a single person that liked that. I actually started becoming a fan when WWE ECW was a thing. I can tell you guys about that if you'd like, but we have already been on here for about 35 minutes. So that's up to you guys. You understand that there is real wrestling. Yes, that's Olympic wrestling. That's amateur wrestling. That's what people do in competitive sport in high school and college. Yes, I very much understand that. Kevin Owen, no. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know what you're saying no to, but I agree with you, sir. Like actual wrestling champions that are not actors. Just basically explain my position. King Bob, can I have your car? It's a RAV4. It's a pretty much a soccer mom car, but I'm not sure why you would want it, but if I get something better out of it, yeah, sure, why not? Um, I'm thinking of the gold one now that is just used before they switched it in 2008. This is the World Heavyweight Championship, right? Let me know. What are some of your wrestling pet peeves? Huh, I haven't been asked that one yet. My wrestling pet peeves is when shit really just doesn't make sense, which is probably why I'm sitting here telling you that Drew McIntyre should not be the opponent for LA Knight, even though I selfishly want that, even though he's just been suspended. Shit has to make sense in a story. And if it doesn't, why the fuck am I going to look at this story? Why do I care about two people fighting in the street? I don't care. It has to make sense so it can mean something for me. Um, so, bro, who is your favorite fitness model? W Stream. I don't know too many fitness models, but thank you. I'm glad you guys think this is a W Stream. This is probably the favorite stream that I've done so far. So, cheers to you guys. Um, I'll give you a hot dog for the car. Bro, I worked out today and my quads are burning like a hot dog on the grill. So, you might have just given me PTSD a little bit instead. It's okay. I forgive you. ECW gold belt, not the bland ass hunk of metal. I mean, yeah. No, you're right. It wasn't a bad belt. It was just a bad promotion. And then they made it worse with a shitty belt. Who knows? That's probably why I got him canceled in another year and a half. I have no idea. So you don't actually like wrestling, you like actors that do choreographed routines. You could phrase it in that way, sure, but I also like the storylines and I do like the choreography and the stunts that they do. So you're not technically wrong in that. We got Colin freaking Rollins. Oh man, this ought to be fun. I know it's like your thing, but can you please stop with the drop a like? No, because that's how you promote. So that would make no sense for me to do. But shout out to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you guys still being here almost 40 minutes into the chat. Shout out to Caden SD. Hello to you too, sir. Appreciate you as well. Kevin Owens, that's like the third time you've said that, but appreciate you stopping by. Give it some gold or give it some sort of fucking color, not just black, silver, and the ECW logo and call it a fucking day. I agree. I agree. You got to make something that stands out. And that belt did absolutely nothing to stand out. Just like how ECW, when under WWE, did nothing to stand out. And that's why we have NXT now. That makes sense. I agree. I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about because we've covered so many things, but definitely. Bro, you should be in the WWE industry because I look like wrestling guy. I don't know why I should do anything because of how you look like, but I appreciate the compliment, man, and I'm going to take your word for it. So, I do kind of want to go inside and just chill. And as much as I appreciate you guys, I'm going to address this last comment and then I'm going to do that. No, it's even worse because of the fact that they went ahead and turned it into a secondary title instead of acknowledging it as a World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, you're not throwing your ones up for the ECW title. As an outsider, I find it how hard to understand that you can be invested in commotion that you know is fake. You know movies are fake. You know TV is fake. I've said that already. But appreciate you guys being here. Again, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Help us get to 21,000 subscribers, 25 by the end of the year, and 100K by the end of 2026. We are on a fucking mission to make that happen. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. And once again, appreciate you all. Appreciate your support. I will see you guys as soon as I can do another one of these. Deuces.